My whole life, I always knew I was special. Even with no remainders, I could always move a decimal. Money on my mind while the girls that made un beso. Hustlers in my blood and it's running through my vessels. Just trying to clear the threshold, just trying to make a way. In my race against time, I could see an early grave. School to prison pipeline, 12 years a slave. Suspension and detention is conditioned for a cage.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is, did Fury surpass Anthony Joshua's star power with the largest crowd in British boxing history? Now, it's not the largest crowd in boxing history. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. actually fought in front of 100,000 people in a fight in Mexico. Yeah. However, excuse me, this is no, thank you, the largest fight in British boxing history in front of 94,000 at Wembley Stadium. And as you can see, this is reported by CNN, and it's been reported by multiple sources, but I'm just giving you one source. And it's the largest heavyweight fight, crowd for a heavyweight fight. So as you know, Anthony Joshua is a guy who generates big crowds in England, and Fury just put on a great performance, one-punch stoppage in front of 94,000. Has he now surpassed Anthony Joshua's star power? And is he the #1 attraction in boxing for the UK? I'm going to turn it over to Conspiracy G. What's your answer to that?
Yeah, this one's tough. Because there's a lot of variables on why it was so successful. This was Fury's return to the UK, and allegedly this was his last fight before retirement. So those have to play major factors into why people wanted to see him. And on top of that, the way he violated Deontay Wilder in the trilogy, that also plays a major factor. But I mean, AJ's been consistent with them top numbers. So that's why it's tough, you know, like, so I could go either which way, but as of right now, I could say Fury, but I'm just curious to see, could Fury do that again with another fighter, you know, that's not as known or popular as a Dillian White, you know? So because AJ right now is fighting, you know, Usyk, who, yeah, he was the man in cruiserweight, but he wasn't really known like that in the heavyweight division. And, you know, it was like and not to mention his English isn't the best. So there was a lot of like differences, you know. So I don't know. But I will say this though: if Fury and AJ ever get in the ring, that's gonna be blockbuster numbers. So, you know, but I don't know. It's like 1A, 1B to me, man. It's just tough because Fury just happened, like the stars just aligned with Fury for this one. You know, coming back home, you know, just beating Deontay Wilder, who was arguably like the antagonist of AJ's career, you know, also facing Dillian White, a household name to a lot of Brits, you know, just a lot of things that he did. And he was saying this is his last fight. So I don't know, man. If I'm thinking if AJ was like, yo, this is going to be my last fight, or if AJ had an undisputed fight, I mean, I don't know. I think he would sell those type of numbers as well. But if we're just going based off of just pure numbers alone, as of right now, you got to give it to Tyson Fury.
All right. And now we turn it over to Nostradamus, the commish, Trill Dollar Bill.
I think that Tyson Fury had a good moment. I think he had a good moment. You know, I think it was a good moment, but we're talking about star power. You know what I'm saying? There's people here that didn't even know that there was a fight going on. You know, talk about star power. It was just a good moment for Tyson Fury. It was a good moment for Tyson Fury, not taking nothing from him. But when you talk about star power, it means that you, not just where you're from, other people, you know what I'm saying, is going to want to watch this fight as well. And the attendance was wonderful. And, you know, and I shout out, this is not a dig, because everybody know I love the UK and I love the people from the UK, you know. I love y'all soul and y'all spirit, you know what I'm saying, and how y'all support y'all fighters. And that's what it is, you know, and y'all don't have much other things going on, you know. And that's another thing that was to Tyson Fury's credit. We over here, we got the NBA playoffs. We got the young men. They got the draft with the NFL coming up. Baseball is starting. We got all this other stuff.
Baseball started already. They got games playing. They were playing baseball games.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's still so when you look at it, AJ has been doing this. And Tyson Fury, I can agree with G. He had a moment. But like you said, AJ's been doing this. And I think that's what star power is, when you can keep doing it, you know? And so, I don't think he did. I think he had a good moment. We should see, you know? He had a good moment.
All right, Ned, the TBE.
AKA Dillian White's brother. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but you know, Fury had a great night last night, and you know, it was his coming out party back in the UK, and you know, he got so much love, and that just he didn't surpass AJ. That just shows you he's like right there on AJ's coattail. Like, you know, he just set records last night, and like Trill just said, AJ's been doing this. Like, he's the guy like everybody wants. He's the name. He's that big name in the heavyweight division. But now they're both neck and neck, and like we just want to see these two get in the ring, go at it. You know, this is just This is the mega fight of mega fights, and I swear there's still multiple fights out here that I feel like can be huge mega fights in this division. But these two are the guys we want to see. Give our money. If they were to charge $100 for this pay-per-view, we give our money, and that's how big this fight is. Gee, fix your face, yo.
Yo, this coming from a dude who pays nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
I paid.
When did you pay?
I was about to pay for the fight. I was doing schoolwork. I was about to pay for the fight. And then G calls me. The interrupted transaction was like, yo, he just got knocked out.
He interrupted the transaction?
Yo, you see,
don't make me. I'm about to
swear. I swear, I was on the ESPN Plus app.
Did you see that commercial where like everyone's eating dinner and there's like a crocodile or alligator at the table and everyone's reaching like they're gonna pay the bill and the crocodile's like acting like he's trying to reach. That's dead.
I'm literally about to purchase a G calls in the nick of time, yo.
Ned, I can't believe you're lying on this call right now.
Yo, hold on. Yo, great facts. Yo, I ain't even capping. Everyone on this screen has paid for a pay-per-view at some point. Exactly. Except you, Ned. I can't
I paid for a fight.
When did you pay for a pay-per-view?
I paid for what was it on my PlayStation?
When I say pay for a pay-per-view, I mean like
we
all going to this person's crib to watch the fight because they paid for it, and we all went to watch the fight. Or the person kicked in money to watch the fight.
I lost Preston G where he used my money.
No. You losing bets isn't paying for the fight. That's you made a bet with me and you lost, and I took the money.
Wait, you count the money you lost for the bet? That's paying for the fight.
That counts.
Yo, you know what's crazy about Ned? Ned literally told me on the phone, yo, if I don't come to your spot, I'm just gonna bootleg the fight. That's how I'm stay humble, man. I'm
hold up.
You know what I mean?
I'm out here, cuz.
Yo, Ned.
Yeah.
Deny.
I mean, you gotta get how you live.
Yo, what just happened?
Okay,
Yo,
you gotta get how you live.
We went from man not paying the pay-per-views to loose lips G dropping another dime.
Hey, man, listen, man. I can't be having my brothers lying like that, man. I can't be having.
Yo, G, G, you trying to get your brothers locked up?
Listen, man. I pay taxes. I be paying.
You got a new name. Your new name's Informant G. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be doing no crimes in front of me. I'm dropping it down. I'll be like, yo, Bob, you might want to holler at Ned. I'm just saying.
All right, go ahead, Ned.
This was a great moment for these two, and I swear, when this fight happens, the whole world's gonna tune in. They're gonna have people from all continents wanting to watch this fight. It's gonna be a big fight, and even if AJ doesn't win, Fury versus Usyk is gonna be a big fight. And even if AJ loses, and we don't get undisputed, I think AJ versus Wilder is still going to be a huge fight that we all want to see. And, you know, this is a great time. You know, we got the stars finally coming out making noise in the heavyweight division.
Yo, can I just ask a question to both you and Trodo? But the numbers are saying Fury surpassed AJ in ticket sales.
One fight. One fight.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's one fight, and I'm looking at it like this. You got Dillian White's from there. Tyson Fury's returning back from there. Everything you said, G. Even with the flirting with the retirement. Everybody thinking about this. And then you got Dillian finally getting his shot. And then you spice it up with, you know, what else they got going on right now over there. You know, they want to have some fun. They want to have some entertainment, you know, and they put on good shows over there. So people wanted to go out and have a good time. You throw all that in there, and you just got a good moment. Let's see if we can do it again.
All right. So,
and then with
I
didn't mean to get.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, and then I look at it like when AJ was fighting. Not only was it was talking about over here, everybody was talking about it over here too. Nobody was talking about this fight over here. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't big news over here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I talk about star power. Now, I don't think he surpassed him. Now, yeah, I just think it was a good moment. But that's just my opinion.
All right. So I think this is really tough. And I think that, like, they're 50-50 if they fight, and there's no debate. But remember, when we first started this discussion, it was around 2018, 2019, and it was Wilder Joshua and how Wilder didn't deserve 50-50. And it wasn't until Wilder and Fury fought one another, because at that time, remember, Fury was the B side. Fury took 40% in the first fight with Deontay Wilder. So it was 60-40 Wilder in the first fight. So Fury was the B side to Wilder in their first fight. So no one would argue during their first fight that Fury was a bigger star than AJ, because he wasn't even a bigger star than Wilder, who most people were arguing didn't deserve 50% with AJ. But something happened in their first fight, which was epic, and it captured the imagination of the American public, was the fact that Fury got up from 2 knockdowns and put it on Wilder after winning the majority of the rounds, which I thought Fury edged it out, but it was a draw. And you can see a draw. That's if you get, you know, it depends on how you scored it, but a draw was possible. And so that's fine. Then they had the rematch, and Fury went with Sugar Hill Stewart, got rid of Ben Davison, went with Sugar Hill Stewart. Sugar Hill Stewart said, stop moving so much. Sit down on your punches. You're a big heavyweight. You can knock these dudes out. Change Fury's style, and Fury went in there and shocked the world. He stopped Deontay Wilder. And then in the trilogy, it was a magnificent fight. It's impossible for me, like, to think that the trilogy, the fight nobody wanted to see. Remember, nobody wanted to see this fight.
Amazing.
Yeah, was the best one to me. Which was Fury this time dropped Wilder first, right? And Fury drops Wilder, and then Wilder now gets up off the deck and he drops Fury twice. Then Fury gets up and Fury starts taking it to him, and then Fury stops him in the 11th because Wilder's body just said, you had enough. Was a hell of a fight. And I think that trilogy goes up there with one of the greatest trilogies in boxing history. I hear people say, oh, you're crazy, whatever. Yo, stop it, man. Do you know the great boxing trilogies? Did you watch them? How can you say that one's not up there? But I think that did enough to elevate. At that point in time, I think it did enough to elevate the winner of their trilogy to 50-50 with Joshua. And here's the reason why. As big of a star as Joshua is in the UK, what Wilder and Fury did in America made them household names in America. And although Anthony Joshua fights and it's televised in America, it's usually free. meaning I'm watching it on the DAZN app, which I pay a subscription, but I don't pay anything else. This fight with Tyson Fury was $70 to watch it here in America. So when you talk about Dillian White and him deserving money like Tyson Fury, bro, nobody in America cares about Dillian. Let me just tell you now. And if you're from the UK, you cannot debate me on this because I'm from America. The only reason I paid to watch that fight was to see Tyson Fury spank the local product known as Dillian White, the local Commonwealth champion, Commonwealth level fighter. That's who I paid. I paid to see Tyson. I paid to see world-class Tyson Fury school a local product. And I knew that was going to happen. This isn't revisionist history. You heard what I told you before the fight started. That's what I paid $70 for. So if Fury does good numbers in America, right? If Fury does good numbers in America, once they tally the sales, and he does good numbers in the UK, his argument would be, I'm the only heavyweight that could have done this in the UK and America, which gives him serious leverage in the fact that I don't know how many pay-per-views Fury's going to sell, but it's probably more than Joshua could in America, especially after what happened when he fought in America and lost to Andy Ruiz. It was a really bad image. He became like a laughing stock. It became like, throw away your gym memberships, everyone. Like, so I say this, like, is he a bigger star? Does he have more star power than Anthony Joshua at this moment in the UK? I don't believe so. I don't believe he does. And I don't believe that he surpassed Anthony Joshua. I believe he's leveled up to where they're eye to eye. And it's like 50-50. There's no way he can go into a negotiation with AJ and be like 60-40. Hell no. Hell no. Likewise, I don't think there's any way AJ can go into a negotiation with Fury and be like 60-40.
I totally agree.
No, I mean, AJ could just offer the belts. Well, if he gets his belts back.
Not even.
No 60-40, not even. I would just say when I say star power, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like look, endorsements, stuff like that. You know,
I get what you're saying, bro. But here's
those endorsements, bro. He could get. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about,
I guess for the split, for split purposes. Not.
Oh yeah, for split purposes, you're absolutely right. They need to be.
Gonna get more. AJ's gonna get more endorsements because he's clean cut.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have the checkered past that Fury has. Like, although Fury is doing well now, remember Fury has some things he said and things he's done that make him a risk to endorse. But Fury's done a lot better, and he's been gaining some. AJ's an endorser's dream, bro.
Yeah, that's
AJ's potential. But if we're gonna be real, right? Fury's stock has been rising since he beat Deontay Wilder, since he took that 60-40 split. And AJ is like, the stock market. He's dipped. He's come back up. He's dipped. The impressive thing about AJ is even when he loses, he seems to bounce back because he makes more money in the rematch than he did for the original fight.
But also, Fury does have a redemption story that a lot of people could buy into, and I'm gonna be honest, last night when he was hugging on the child with the disability after the fight, yo, man, that kind of touched my heart. I was like, damn, man, this dude don't seem like a bad guy after all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, it's little things like that can make a guy a superstar overnight, So I don't think like the endorsement thing's an issue for Fury. I think Fury could get those endorsements. I think AJ just, mind you, he has like the cookie cutter perfect marketing image, right? But I think Fury, the promoters for Fury, they can do the same thing. He could just be the redemption story, like the muffin top hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, bro, you could do that with Fury, man. I don't know, man. That's why it's hard for me. It's really hard.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, I don't think that he surpassed AJ. I think he's gained position with AJ to where, like, it's 50-50 now. Like, AJ can't go in there and be like, oh, 60-40, like he was doing with Wilder, or like, nah, yo, you gotta look at Fury now and be like, yo, you've built a hell of a portfolio. You've done some great things. And like, definitely not surpassed them, but I think they're eye level now. So to me, no, he hasn't surpassed Anthony Joshua, but he's definitely climbed to the same level where they're both superstars, and if they do get it on, it has to be 50-50.
I could totally dig it. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know you rock it with. It's the Boxing Bros.